Square.
Miss Helios,
I thought.
How about that? What's going on here, you say? Did you recognize those voices? Flatland, the movie, actually called Flatland. It's actually based on a very popular story, too. We've got the director and a producer here, Dano Johnson, Seth Caplan. Seth actually put the whole thing together, didn't you? More or less.
Yeah, it started, I actually read the book when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And when I was in film school, I thought, how could I begin to do a project without owning a property? And this book was actually written in 1884,
yeah,
which means that it's in the public domain.
Okay, so you didn't have to buy the rights and do the whole thing.
Yeah, and I called up Dano, who's an old friend of mine here
yeah.
in Austin. I knew had amazing animation skills.
Yeah.
And he signed on, and then Jeffrey Travis, third member of our team, is director who I'd worked with before.
Yeah.
And three of us set out in 2004 to begin working on this project.
Well, in a nutshell, what's the concept? Obviously, we saw the geometric shapes there, I guess is what you call them.
Sure. The story is of Arthur Square. He's a two-dimensional square.
Arthur Square.
Yeah, living on like a vast plane. Imagine this really flat land.
Yeah.
And one day he gets plucked up out of the second dimension into the third dimension. Then he gets sent back down, and now he's got to explain to everyone in Flatland there's this new direction called up.
And they're all going,
right.
Is that kind of essentially
the
gist of the thing?
And it's a great analogy for us to think about other dimensions for our space. And like physics teachers still use it, math teachers use it in schools, all the way up to the university level.
Yeah.
So we just really wanted to adapt this material and make it available to an all-new audience.
So you're not a physics whiz, you can get it. I mean, it's not a...
Yeah, it's I think it's pretty, it's really just one simple lesson, but we really built this fun narrative around it,
right,
to get people involved in the characters.
So who should avail themselves of this then? What's the audience there?
The audience is primarily for educators. We want it to be used in the classroom,
right,
but also it's for teachers and parents if they want, you know, a good quality movie that also has some educational background behind it for their children.
What a concept! The kids can learn something. Well, it's kind of interesting too. So how do you direct something like this?
Well, it's kind of two phases. Like first we went out to LA and we recorded the actors, Martin Sheen and Kristen Bell and Tony Hale. And Jeffrey Travis, the other director, he pretty much directed them and got the vocal performance.
Right.
And then together we all worked on blocking the scenes. Where would the characters go? What would the sets look like? And what would their expressions be to match the voices that are so lively?
Which brings up an interesting question, and we wondered about this when we were talking about one of the other animation things. Do you lay down these voice tracks first and then do the animation?
Yeah, always first. Or we try to. Sometimes we recorded Michael York just a few months ago. He was the last addition to the cast, and I had actually done some of the voices on a temp track, and we had to go back and replace them. But
well, then what happens?
Pretty well.
Then the animators come in, and then you got to sync them to the tracks.
Yeah.
See, I'm total novice to this stuff. I don't know how it works.
Yeah. First we block it out, and then we take the characters we've designed and move them around and give them the expressions.
All computer.
All in the computer. Yeah.
Man. and what were you doing while all this was going on? Saying, hey, that's my baby, don't do that, do this?
No, we all co-wrote it together.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, the producer's job a lot of the time is just asking if it's done yet.
When are you going to be finished?
Exactly. And then working with trying to get the word out there through our website, flatlandthemovie.com, and also working with groups like the Austin Film Festival here in Austin, who has been absolutely wonderful in helping set up this sneak peek advanced screening of the movie.
Yeah, where's it going to be, by the way, the sneak peek?
It'll be at the Arbor Cinema up in the Arboretum.
Okay.
And it's,
well, there you go.
Sunday there's one screening at 3 o'clock and there's one at 4:30. The 3 o'clock one is pretty much sold out, so you can RSVP by going to austinfilmfestival.com and send them an email and you'll get on the reservation list.
So somewhere down the road I can buy a copy of this thing?
But from our website, flatlandthemovie.com, you can buy it. It'll be available next month. It's going to be outstanding. Include the complete text of the original book, interviews on screen with all the actors, and behind the scenes.
Yeah, I want to see it. It definitely looks interesting. That was a great project. What are you going to do next, I guess? They always say you're always as good as your next project.
Go on vacation.
No.
I want to do a documentary on weathermen and local
areas.
I think this would be a great project.
No,
the weatherman
he's not there.
No, the weatherman
Seth
has an
wants to do a
increasing
documentary
role.
on weather guys. How long did it take to put together, by the way, start to finish?
We started writing the script in 2004, and really we started animation last August, and we're just wrapping up now.
Wow. All right. It took a while. Go see it. It's going to be up at the Arbor. Good to see you guys. Congratulations on this. It looks like it's going to be very interesting.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Betcha. We're glad to have you. There's a screening, 4:30 on Sunday. Coming up, we got live music for you.